Hey, Dynasty Warriors 9's patch just dropped. It is 1.07 for, I think, Steam and 1.08 for the other platforms. So, we're going to go through things one at a time here. First thing they've added is you have the ability to exchange the Book of Muso for upgrade points. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Let's try to get some defense here. Let me save really quick in case I decide to backpedal a little bit. And you can use these to get upgrade points. So theoretically, if you want to grind out a couple hundred Book of Muso or however many it takes, then you can pretty much max out a character now. So let's use 5. So for every, looks like for every Book of Muso you get 3 upgrade points. So I just used 5, that's 15, so math checks out there. It says the remaining exchangeable points I have is 297. So now I have 15 points. So it's nice, and honestly, there's not really a whole lot of build variety in this game to begin with. You pretty much, every character you max out speed, and then you pump up attack, and that's basically it. And you have like a little other leeway for other stats, but these are going to be pretty inflated just from playing in the first place. And now if you want to, you can specialize a little more. I don't see why you'd put points in bow skill, so that definitely reduces at least one stat that you would need to max out. They've added that. Now, apparently there's an officer reset. I don't know where that is, but it's in here somewhere, so if you want to go back to level 1 and grind again for whatever unknown reason, you can. They've also added a bunch of accessories. I just did one full arena run, which I'm going to get into the arena shortly. But they added a bunch of new stuff here. Here's one. Prevents flinching upon receiving successive attacks. So I haven't tried all these out yet, but they seem pretty juicy. This one prevents being stunned, which is nice, even if you have the Heaven and Earth gauntlets on that actually can get stunned, I think. Recovers plus 10 health upon successful block. I could see that being more useful if the AI hadn't been improved and they actually break your guard pretty much instantly. So I don't know how useful this would be. It sounds nice on paper, but now that the AI actually fights back and they are actually pretty difficult on the harder difficulties, I don't really see how much use this is going to have. Difficult to be spotted by enemies. This seems like it could be nice for getting preemptive attacks or assaults. Speed when dashing plus 50%. Reduces trigger attack charge time by 50%, so this is going to be great for hyper mode officers. Evade speed plus 50%. I actually just tried this one. It's actually really nice. I don't know if it's better than the other one because you seem to be invincible throughout the entire evade animation. I've noticed that while I have my witch time mod on. Like if the AI dodges the moment that they get guard broken, then you can't hit them until they're pretty much completely up in their neutral stance. So I'm not sure if this is actually as good as it sounds. What I'm going to do is try out some of these new builds here. See if I could get the max rewards. Also, in the rewards, you get the ability to just straight up craft the lore gems. So the RNG has been reduced. If you've ever crafted a bunch of stuff in this game, you'd know that crafting one gem at a time is it's horrendous RNG, but at the same time you can brute force it. And you can buy all the materials in this game, so if you have a bunch of money, you could probably go fishing and just brute force it and try to get at least 3 for each element. So I'll go ahead and I'll craft one now. Let me save really quick. I don't care about the 5 Book of Muso. I want to try to figure out how bad the RNG is. Patch just dropped less than an hour ago, so I'm kind of learning as I go here. Yeah, see, this one's trash. So standard procedure. If you don't want to waste all your money, you just reset. Now the lore gems are even more random than the other element gems, the weaker ones. So you would definitely want to just brute force and reset to actually get something that's usable. Anyway, if you want to access the arena, it's done the same way as before. You go to the missions request menu and you'll have a new one here called the arena. It will scale to your level. Go ahead and jack up my defense a little bit. Maybe I can get to the end here. I'll show the final 2 rewards as well, depending on how this run goes. I may be able to unlock them. So when you get here, you have a bunch of conditions. Like you can remove items, you can ban your Muso attack. You can remove your special attack, which, depending on that character, may not even be much of an issue at all. And you can have your defense. And here are the rewards. So since I've earned all this stuff already, it's just going to give me a bunch of coins. The coins still seem to be useless. I think that's the next thing they need to address, is they need to make the coins useful again. Because with the lore gems and stuff, there's just like not much of a reason to worry about them. So the first one here is decreases the amount your stamina gauge is reduced. I don't know if that's just for dashes, evades, or running, or sprinting, or all 4. So we're going to go ahead and attempt to find out now. In this one, when attacking, enemies that normally do not flinch in fear or rarely flinch in fear. I don't even know what that means, but we'll go ahead and check it out. You can notice I'm dodging way faster, which is nice. Also, I'm sorry for using Ling Tong. I don't really have any other level 100 characters. I'm just trying to unlock everything, see how they'll diversify builds a bit. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be anything regarding the witch time. It seems like that's still just dummy data or something that they're going to use later on. So I'm sorry to disappoint there. I was hoping that they would address that, but I guess it'll be done later at all. Just comboed myself. So the rewards here are cumulative, meaning that you can't just get like 5,000 points 20 times and unlock everything. You have to do it in one run. Which I think is pretty interesting, makes it more challenging. So the blue numbers are the score that I'm getting. You lose score for getting hit, and you get points for depending on your actions. Like that assault just gave me almost 1,000 points. And they start piling on the officers at some point, so that's why I'd like to have the special attacks not banned. get out of hand really quickly, like so. Also, you only get your clear bonus for like actually finishing. You won't get the bonus for having all the challenges on or the restrictions on unless you finish. So you can't cheat it that way either. You could probably just go with turning everything off. You're having a restriction on everything but the items and just heal through it. I don't see why you couldn't do that, but I'll have to confirm that later on. Having the faster evade definitely does make things a little smoother, that's for sure. So you get 15% extra score depending on how many, or depending on each restriction you have. So depending on the character, you might be able to get away with removing your special attack. But like Link Tongs is actually pretty good for fighting multiple officers because it puts everyone in a ground-bound state. Later on, they start giving you 5 officers at once, as you already saw. So it's nice to have that option. Muso attack is also a good one to take off because unless you're running a Muso build, you're not really going to have that many opportunities to use it anyway. So that's just a free, essentially a free 15% bonus. Oops. They're not cooperating. Of course, my assault attack stopped working. Typical. I had that too. Ah, shit. Alright, there we go. I would hope that's enough to unlock everything. If not, you got to see the full arena. I'll definitely do more runs of this later on. Oh, there we go. There's everything. That's the full arena reward list. It didn't take me that long. I think it only took me like 3 runs. Actually, yeah, this is only my third run, so it doesn't take that long as you can finish it on the first time. You can go ahead and you can pause the video, and you'll see all the bonuses I got. I got a 45% bonus just for clearing it with all those restrictions on. So let's check the last two accessories, and then I think that's going to be it. So all of these are basically just kind of around flinching and staggering, which is nice. I wish there was a little more variety. Rarely terrifies normally unflinching enemies. I'll have to try all these out later. I don't want to make this video too long. Here's one. Decreases stamina gauge reduction upon use plus 20%. So that's going to be really good for just evading in general. Running around too. If you want to see the build that I used to just do that, what I went with was, fire, just for the damage, just to get them into the assault quickly. Or the assault state quickly, so you can just finish them off. Especially here where you get a lot of points for using an assault, so you want to make sure you finish everyone off with that as much as possible. But I'm running defense plus 148%, so I have like double defense, and then I got the recipe from the food NPC to jack up my defense even more, and health. So with that, you can pretty comfortably put on the defense restriction. You can have your defense and get through it pretty simply. You can see towards the end it was a little rough, but they weren't cooperating. Also, you know how this game is. Sometimes the assault just doesn't work sometimes. In that case, when you have 5 playable officers on you, that can kind of complicate things a little bit. But I didn't really do much with my defense or my attack. Just made sure I had enough attack speed to make sure everything chains. And then the rest is just defense pretty much. And then I have my witch time on as well. So if you're playing on console and you're not hex editing and stuff, the witch time actually doesn't seem that useful here. It doesn't seem like they give you that many like counter prompts or opportunities at all. So it's up to you. You'll have another slot here to use that I wouldn't be using, so you can up your defense even more. You can go with more attack. But yeah, that's basically all the rewards from the arena. They also added a new difficulty, which I haven't tried yet. There's no tutorial for it. There's no tutorial prompt for it that shows up at all. So I don't know if it actually increases the drop rate or not. I'll do some more testing later on, but that's basically the gist of the new patch. Like I said, there's also the ability to officer reset, but I'm not quite sure where to do that yet. But if you want to, it's there. Overall, I think that they have improved the endgame a lot. I would like to see them add the switch time to the game legitimately so that I can go back to doing maximization, but for now you're pretty much stuck with only being able to do that on PC with Cheat Engine. But I'll go ahead and I'll look at the accessories one more time. And this is free content, by the way. This has nothing to do with the DLC, so if you haven't bought the season pass, you don't have to worry about that. I'll go ahead and I'll try out the trigger attack charge time. Let's do a quick comparison here. NPCs are pretty pissed at me for doing that. Let's put it back on. Oh yeah, that's significantly faster. So this is definitely going to add more. They added more like property changing accessories, which I think is what they needed to add. It's so easy to just jack up your stats to crazy levels in this game, unless you're stuck with you're an officer stuck with a unique weapon that has like really low attack, like the sword and shield that has like, I think it has like 500 something defense and 96 attack. But for most characters, it's going to be pretty easy to just get crazy defense. Like right now, I have I do have the recipe on, but my attack is 1071. And now you have the ability to just theoretically max out everything if you get enough books of Muso. So it's nice that they're kind of adding more unique ways to play the game and more fun ways to, kind of diversify your build instead of just raw stats. Anyway, that's it. I'll explore the new difficulty later on, but for now, that's going to be the end. Catch you guys later. Peace.